it can generate 30,000 Rand when fully let. One of the key principles to success, especially in the property game, it is high risk, but risk and return are two sides of the same coin. But this is not something that I would recommend for a newbie investor. Welcome back to another case study. We're here in Turffontein, and right behind us is the race course, which is what Turffontein is most known for, the horse racing. And today we're doing another case study, and this one's quite exciting. This building is currently in transfer, so it's not mine just yet, but it's got a really interesting story. One of the key principles to success, especially in the property game, is you want to find underperforming assets. You actually need to find liabilities, because people don't sell assets. Why would you sell something that is performing, that is generating a good revenue, and that is consistent? You would not sell a good performing asset. Your job as an investor is to find a property that is a liability to somebody else, but to feel confident that you can turn it around. So this building that we're going to go and see had lots of liability factors. Number one, it was hijacked. And number two, it had burnt. One of the units had actually burned down. So it was in really rough shape. It was being neglected, mismanaged completely. So me and my team went in, we got the property under contract, and then started the renovation. So we actually also had to kick out everybody in the property, which was quite a process. We had to go through the court system, and it took a long time. But we got everybody out with minimal capital exposed, and we got to renovate the unit. So this one's got quite a fun story behind it, but the lesson is that if you can find an underperforming asset and turn it around, you can get a good discount, you can buy equity from day one. But this is not something that I would recommend for a newbie investor. So here we are at the building on the left. This is Rotunda Court. It's by the park here in Turffontein. Let's go and have a look inside and see what the units look like. So this is Rotunda Court, 6 times 3 bedroom units. I've got a few buildings that are in this area. It is high risk, but risk and return are two sides of the same coin. What I can say is that when you provide a good quality product and you have a good managing team and you do good vetting, I've got no problem with any of my tenants here, and I suspect that I won't have any problems with tenants here. So what I really like about this deal, and what I try and do, is I try and find properties that are attracting families. Families are way more stable, they churn less, and they pay better. So the reason this deal speaks to me is because we're right opposite a park, which why would parents not want to be in an area where there's public facilities? But also it's a 3-bed. So you can have your family, your kids, and everybody staying in the house, and you're within close proximity of decent schools. And another benefit, the property is right next to a daycare. So what kind of family is not going to be attracted to staying here? So this property is going to fill like hotcakes, and it should, in principle, attract good families that have got good track records. So this deal was posted on Property 24, and I saw the potential, especially because it's a sectionally titled scheme. So I phoned the agent, somebody I had dealt with in the past, and because of the relationship that I've built with this person, the rapport after doing multiple transactions with them, they took it off the property listing and gave me time to work out my due diligence and put the deal under contract. So you can see that there are 2 units at the bottom, 2 in the middle ground, and 2 on the top. The unit that was burnt down is the one on the bottom right, which is the one we're going to go into today to see what the renovations look like. So the numbers on this deal is really exciting. I bought this property for 1.7 million. It can generate 30,000 Rand when fully let, giving a gross yield of 21%. That might not seem like the highest gross yield compared to some of my other deals, but the kicker with this one is that it's sectionally titled, meaning I can get home loan finance. I can get prime lending over 20 years. I'll have to get 6 home loans, 1 for each sectional unit, but that is way more competitive than going for commercial funding that I usually have to get, which means my cash flow is actually going to be better even though my yield is slightly lower. The internal rate of return on this deal, which is my main metric for making a financial decision, is 25%. It's giving a net present value of 2.5 million. So here we're inside the unit that was burned, just to show you what the renovations look like. It is still being touched up. Not every single thing has been done, but it's looking a lot better than it did. So here's the first thing that I noticed was the DB board was really old. So what we've decided to do is completely rewire and do all the electricals brand new. And you'll see when we get to the kitchen, the new DB board was installed there. When you come to the left here, you've got your first room on the right. Not a massive room, but a bit of built-in cupboards and probably enough space for at least maybe a small queen size bed, but otherwise it looks in pretty good shape. The flooring still needs to be laminated and painted over. It's just been sanded now, so it still looks a bit rough. Here you've got some storage area as well as the bathroom. Like I mentioned, still a bit of a work in progress, but basically all we need to do here is repaint and then fix the electricals. But in terms of size, you know, this is a decent sized bathroom, and you don't really find such a spacious bathroom very easily. And when we walk on, we've got the second bedroom. Doors have been recently redone. Some nice built-in cupboards. These cupboards are pretty small. You know, so usually what I'll do is I'll leave these cupboards as is, and then as the tenants make applications and they do their viewings, they might say to me, look, that's too little cupboard space. Can you maybe bolt on 2 or 3 shelves here just so that we have extra room? And I'm very open to that negotiation. So for now, I'm not going to invest in more cupboard space because you've got that storage area, and in each room you've got this small cabinet. So only if the tenant really asks for it will I consider it. For now, it's in good enough shape. And then here's the kitchen. The kitchen is very plain, very simple, but you know what? I don't mind that because this is very easy to maintain. What's nice about this kitchen specifically is that you've got this tin covering. So a lot of times what you'll see is maybe you'll have wood or some other material, and then you have to constantly silicone the gaps because otherwise the water drips and drabs, it falls through, and then everything underneath here just gets molded and rotten. So what's nice about how this is structured is that this is airtight. You probably still need to do some silicone, but this is durable and your kitchen is going to be easy to maintain. So here's the new DB board. As you can see, it's pretty brand new. It still has the plastic on it, and we've rewired the whole building because once a building burns down, you have to do a proper inspection to see what is and what isn't working. And one of the things that became faulty was the electrical system. And now we've got the lounge area, which is actually quite nice. You can put your TV, you can put your couch. You've got a bit of a view on the park. Not a bad place to, you know, kick up your feet after a long day at the office. And then finally we have what could also be used as a lounge, or it could be used as maybe the master bedroom. Again, enough space for comfortably a queen size bed. And then you've got a slight patio outside looking again into the garden. So these units still need a little bit of love, maybe a bit of a deep clean, and the floors still need to be renovated. But once in perfect condition, this will rent out for $5,000 to $5,500. That's obviously excluding utilities like water and electricity, giving a really good return on investment. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up, share, and don't forget to subscribe. If you like these kind of deals and you want to do your own one, consider joining my coaching program. This is where I take you on a one-to-one basis through all the steps of doing a deal. From finding a deal, analyzing the numbers, getting finance, signing off at purchases, and even taking over management. You get access to my power team as well as to my time directly. Unfortunately, I have limited capacity as to how many students I can take on, so click the link below to apply, and I'll catch you on the next one.